Speaking after the meeting with his Italian counterpart in London, British Foreign Secretary David Miliband outlined the scope of their discussions.
First of all, European issues. We've talked about some of the big foreign policy issues that are going to face Europe in the next, really the next 6 months, the cycle over the next 6 months. We've talked about the situation in the Western Balkans. We've talked about the situation in Kosovo. And we've talked about the importance of Europe maintaining its focus on the big issues that are challenging security and prosperity around Europe.
They also spoke about a number of key international issues where Europe was involved.
We've talked about Iran because on Saturday, the second week of the deadline that was set in Geneva by representatives of the 6 countries who are trying to persuade Iran to give up its nuclear weapons program, that deadline comes up, and we remain very committed to the dual-track approach, which says that Iran does need to freeze its uranium enrichment program, that there are incentives for them to do so, but there will be economic consequences if they don't. We've also talked about the situation in Africa, notably in Zimbabwe, where we've been working very closely together on recent European action in that area.
Italy's foreign minister fleshed out the scope of their discussions on Afghanistan.
We talked about Afghanistan. We talked about how to concretely cooperate towards consolidation and stabilization of Afghanistan, looking at incoming general elections that will take place in next year in Afghanistan, how to consolidate the government, how to get more and more practical results also in terms of civil reconstruction to alleviate, I would say, the sufferings of the civil population there.
He says Iran's response to stop its nuclear program had left him disheartened.
I'm very disappointed about the latest statement made by Mr. Khamenei, I think earlier this morning, about their intention to continue in any case with the nuclear program of enrichment of uranium that will call for an immediate, firm and serious response at European level. First of all, in terms of full implementation of 1803 Security Council resolution.
But on the Western Balkans, progress was being made following the capture of Serbian leader Radovan Karadzic.
We talked about Western Balkans, and of course, I'm looking forward to the continuation of the process, bringing, for example, Serbia closer to EU perspective after the very important arrest of Mr. Karadzic and after the surrender of Mr. Karadzic of the Hague Tribunal, which is in itself a very positive result that deserves our appreciation.
With Italy soon to take over the EU presidency, Minister Frattini will be looking for UK support in areas like climate change, energy and global policy when it sets the EU agenda.